Welcome to Asian Pacific Voices Radio podcast, where you'll find stimulating conversations that explore diverse topics and stories impacting our Asian Pacific American communities. I'm your host, Rasha Goel, and today I am so excited and thrilled. My guest is the brilliant mind and driving force behind House of M Beauty. With a passion for innovation and a commitment to empowering others, she embodies the essence of visionary leadership. Her journey from overcoming personal challenges to creating a thriving beauty brand reflects her resilience and unwavering determination to make a positive impact. Through her boundless creativity and unwavering dedication, she continues to illuminate paths of possibilities for individuals worldwide. It is my pleasure to welcome the founder and CEO of House of M Beauty, Nguyen Oliver, on Asian Pacific Voices Radio. And welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for a warm introduction, and I'm happy to be here.
Well, you have such a empowering, I should say, story and a very inspirational one. I want to go back a little bit into time. You grew up in Vietnam. You're an immigrant from Vietnam. So if you could share some insights into your experience there, and then did you arrive into the U.S. before or after the fall of Saigon?
That would be after, yes. So I arrived to the US in 2010 as an international student at 15 years old and finishing high school. And unfortunately, my mom passed when I was 19, so I couldn't really continue my education anymore. So I had to really figure out how to survive here and stay.
But you were out here on your own then, right? With your parents back in Vietnam?
Yes, yes. So before I came here, my dad passed away when I was 14. But his entire life, he wanted to send me here for school. He used to fight alongside the US Army during the war, and he got stuck back in Vietnam. And so he have always told me about, America's the land of opportunity. And whatever you can dream of, if you work hard, it will come true. And so I grew up with that belief and just excited to be here.
Yes, and you've definitely used the land of opportunity in a very positive way and created a beautiful opportunity for yourself. I do want to take a minute to express I'm sorry for the loss of your parents at such a young age. And I have to say it's incredible and very inspirational for me personally to see your tenacity on how you used that time at least to still continue and build yourself. So very powerful, very, very
Thank you so
powerful.
much. Thank you.
Well, let's talk about your company. Now, I understand this all kind of came into fruition after the birth of your first child. You were battling postpartum depression, which led you to discover the benefits of saffron. And I have to let my listeners know that saffron is a very tough or difficult resource. It's not an easily accessible resource. So tell us a little bit about that experience, how saffron helped you, and then why it inspired you to create beauty products around it.
Yes. You're right. After the birth of my first baby, I struggled with postpartum depression for a few months. And then I couldn't really get over it on my own. So I decided to go see a doctor. My doctor wanted me to be on medication at the time, but I was still breastfeeding my son and I didn't want to give that up. And so I asked for a more natural alternative. And my doctor actually recommended to use medicinal saffron, not the saffron in cooking, the medicinal quality saffron, and use it as a tea, drink it as a tea before bed. And that will help me to sleep better. It would help to ease my anxiety. And so, because of that, and through research, I finally discovered and found the quality of saffron that actually helped me to feel better, sleep better. And through the research, I also discovered that it has a lot of skincare benefits that people don't know about at the time. So, medicinal saffron in skincare is a very unique ingredient. It's a calming ingredient because of it's very high in anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. So it can help to calm and soothe your skin, but it's also high in vitamin C and vitamin A. So it's a perfect, gentle, brightening solution. And at the time, my skin became very sensitive. And through all the hormonal changes, I also developed melasma. And a lot of moms going through postpartum, we all go through this. We all go through a phase of cannot really use anything. And we were just too busy taking care of a newborn that we just neglect our skin altogether. And so, because of all of those experiences, I, I decided to pursue and invented this skincare line that used medicinal saffron as the main ingredient.
Now, is medicinal saffron easy to access or is it a hard to get resource?
It is a little bit difficult to source. However, we have been working with our supplier for many, many years, and they are great. It's a different way of processing the saffron and making sure that as soon as you harvest the saffron, you process it and dry it right away to capture all of the nutritional values inside the strands. And so, yes, it's been not a challenge for us to source.
Okay. That's wonderful. And I'm going to jump back really quick to the postpartum depression because I think that's not something we always talk about either. So, how would you say the experience of overcoming postpartum depression has helped shape your perspective on mental health, both personally and professionally?
I think during that time, I realized that I have to fill my own cup first. Because before that, I was functioning as in, taking care of everybody else, taking care of my husband, taking care of my kid, making sure that our business is going well, the house is great, food is cooked, and I kept pouring and pouring and pouring to everybody else and not myself. And so going through postpartum depression, I realized that number one, I have to take care of myself first. And number two, I realized I didn't want to leave this earth without pursuing something that is meaningful to me and is chasing my own passion. I also realized that being a wife and a mom, although those are great, it was not for me and not enough for me. And so that really helped me to push myself to start House of M.
I love how you have been able to take your own personal experiences and use them as motivational factors. I mean, that's just another golden nugget too. I think for women often, right? We are these leaders who are balancing so many different acts and we don't remember how important it is to make sure our cup is full. And we
Yeah.
keep going until something really impacts us. So
Yes.
thank you for sharing that. I also I really admire what you've done with House of M Beauty. So many things to talk about it from it's a building of an empire as I see it. Your revenues have
You.
increased over the past few years. At the same time, you know, you're the first Vietnamese beauty brand at Nordstrom, from what I understand. That's correct. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So with your House of M, let's talk about your roots. How has your journey been with it from your personal experiences? I mean, how do you infuse your own story when it comes to the brand and mission of House of M?
I think the brand started because of my own personal struggles with postpartum and just my journey being a mom in general. And so we really wanted to be very thoughtful in the products that we make. So we really want to focus in making sure that all of our products are pregnancy safe, breastfeeding safe, and be able to provide something that is multitasking and that is unique and beautiful for and it just works for new moms that they don't have a lot of times that taking care of their skin. They don't have time for a 10-step skincare routine, but they have time for two. And that's where, I feel like my passion lies is to be able to create beautiful products for new moms, but not only that, for people with just sensitive skin and with busy schedule, and they don't have all the time in the world to dig into skincare and do all the research. And House of M is there as a gentle alternative, but still provide results. And number two is my roots as a Vietnamese immigrant. I started House of M within the Vietnamese community back in 2019, and the community have been the core of House of M. We have been supported by the Vietnamese community when we launch at Nordstrom, our community continues to support us until this day. And so every chance I get to share that, I'm really grateful for my community, and I will continue to give back and give thanks to our Vietnamese community.
I love that how you receive support because sometimes that can be a challenge I feel with other
Yeah.
people that I've talked to and how what a beautiful thing to have. And I didn't even realize with House of M, your beauty products, complete transparency here, that it is catered also to women that are going through pregnancies or new moms. And that's so important, right? Because we forget that there's certain products that you can't be consuming or using. And again, not only just for mothers, but basically for anybody. I use House of M Beauty and, I'm a person who has a lot of sensitive skin. So, and you talked to us about their products because I know there's a mask, there's a cleanser. What different products do you offer?
So we started out with our bestseller is our Saffron Miracle Serum. It is a gentle brightening serum. So if your skin cannot handle the traditional brightening vitamin C on the market and your skin would get really irritated when you're using one, try our, serum because it is something that's truly unique. It calm and soothe your skin while brighten at the same time. And then we have a night cream that is also multitask as a sleeping mask, and it helps with hydration. It helps with fine lines, as well as brightening as well. So those are the two products that you need. Those two products can replace 6 to 8 products in your routine. It can replace a hydrating product, can
Wow.
replace a brightening product, can replace a retinol, everything else. So in nights that I feel lazy and I just wash my face and want to go to bed, like I use those two only, so I don't have to worry about applying so many other things. And then we have a powder exfoliant that helps to gently exfoliate your dead skin cells, and while protecting your skin and help calm and soothe any inflammations if you over exfoliate. And we have a sheet mask, which is an instant glow boosting sheet mask and also an instant calming and soothing sheet mask as well. So if you get sunburn, especially the summer's coming up, and my face would always turn pretty red after like being out in the sun for a few hours. And I would put the sheet mask on, and that would help to just instantly calm and soothe all the retinas and just brighten my face like overall. So those are the 4 products that we have at the moment. Yeah.
I love this. And listen, and I'm all about canceling and cutting down those steps. So the less steps, the better, the
Yes.
better it is. I often wonder, anytime you're an entrepreneur, you're a female entrepreneur, you're also an immigrant, there are challenges that come when you start your business. Is there a particular moment that you remember that was challenging for you as you were navigating this business route? And then how did you overcome that moment?
I think that would be when we already, got the green light to move forward with Nordstrom. They tested out our samples, and we were just waiting for a purchase order and a launch date. And things kept being pushed back. And there was one point that we received news that they have to put us on shelf for the moment. And that is really crushing to me. In that moment, I realized before that, I've never celebrated any of the wins, any of the big wins, little wins. Every time that we achieve something, my mind instantly goes towards, what's the next things? I have to do the next thing. And so when that happened, it was really soul crushing because I had nothing else. That I realized I haven't celebrated. So the pain feels much worse. And so, of course, like thankfully everything worked out. But in that moment, I learned that I need to really celebrate my wins a lot more and cheer for myself a lot more than, before.
I love that. And I feel like we need like a full therapy session going on here. You have so many beautiful golden nuggets for people to remember as entrepreneurs, but especially as women. You've given me a reminder for myself. I don't think I take a moment to celebrate the wins either. And that is so important for us. And
Yeah.
to look beyond that identity, right? Of just being
And
an
yeah,
entrepreneur.
yeah, and we're so hard on ourselves for no reason. And so
Oh my gosh, we absolutely are. Talk to me a little bit about balancing the demands of running a successful beauty brand and being a mother, being a wife, running your household. Because from what I see too, between managing your business, but you're also doing a lot of public speaking events and you're present at a lot of various events.
I would say I am not really balancing, it well. And I've talked to a lot of working moms that I look up to, and there is no such thing as balancing. Because when you're at events, you're, missing out on the kids' bedtime. And when you're at home with the kids, you're not doing work. And so I realized early on that when I'm at work, I have to be 100% at work and focus all of my energy there. And then when I'm at home with the kids, I'm 100% with them. So I don't check my phone. I don't, try to think about work. I have to be very present there with full on energy, high energy, and excitement, so that the mom guilt don't feel as bad, because uh, I have to constantly remind myself that I am doing my best that I could. And there are times that I'm going to make mistakes. There are times that I'm going to miss certain milestones. And I just have to be okay with it. And yeah, at the end of the day, we're all doing our best.
Yes, we're all work in progress, but I think that's some great transparency, right? Because we're always trying to find that perfect answer of how to balance. And I love how you said that you're not balanced right now, and maybe there never will be that balance, but really trying to figure out how to maintain the sanity for yourself. What advice, Anne, would you give to others who may be facing similar challenges with whether it's mental health or with growing a business, excuse me, especially within our immigrant communities?
I would say a lot of the times it's our own negative self-talk, and we're constantly comparing ourselves with others. And if you have a dream, a goal, a passion, I said just start. Like I think that was the best advice that I could ever receive from anyone, was that somebody told me early on that whatever you wanted to do, you just got to start it, instead of thinking about how to make it perfect and waiting for it to be perfect, because things will never be perfect. You just have to start it first and then, perfect it, or improved it as you go. And without starting, you'll never ever gonna be able to chase what you truly want. And I would say number two is to just be kind to yourself. Know that you're doing your best, because we're always gonna want to do something better and do more and do better. But at the end of the day, look back on how much you've grown and how much you've achieved, and be proud of that and be happy with that.
Oh, I love that, Anne. And we didn't even we House of M Beauty. How did you get the name? What does House of M stand for?
Yes. So M is for miracles. It's for the big miracles and little miracles that happen throughout my life. Without those are not coincidence. Those are not just random luck. There were moments that happened throughout my life that I just called it a miracle. For me to be able to still chase my dream, and have a career doing what I love, be able to feed my children doing what I love, despite, I didn't go to college. I lost my parents very young. I had no support whatsoever, and still be able to do that, and have the love for beauty still within me throughout the times and the challenges. I think that's what the M stands for. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love, and you said that so beautifully. I feel like, wow, what a way to just tie up this gift that we have here today as we're talking to you. I have just a few minutes left, so I do want to ask you something. Two quick questions. First of all, looking ahead, what are your aspirations for House of M Beauty as you move forward? How do you envision it impacting the beauty industry, and what would you like to see?
I would say for us, we wanted to really slow down on launching new products. Like our ethos in the beginning is launching something that is truly meaningful and fulfill the void in the market. So we're not trying to chase trends. Our goal is to be able to introduce House of M products to as many people as possible and be able to be that positive change in people's skincare journey. So I think that is still something that we're constantly remind ourselves that we're running this a little bit differently than most. But yes, it is very rewarding.
And in conclusion, if you could use only three beauty products for the rest of your life, what would those products be and why?
It has to be my Olaplex shampoo and conditioner. Those are hands down my favorite shampoo and conditioner I've ever used. Our Saffron Miracle Serum, and it has to be a lipstick. I would pick oh, the Dior matte lipstick. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh my God, that is so hard. That
Hey, if you could survive with those three, I think we would need the shampoo. Definitely would need the shampoo
Yeah, you
for
do,
our hair.
you do. And as I'm staring at a bunch of beauty products in my makeup room, I'm like, oh, that's very
Look, I
that's a
need
tough
that and
question.
I need that.
And
Well,
wait, what?
and we could keep talking to you. Before I conclude here, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners or viewers?
Oh, I mean, I just wanted to thank you personally that you've been such an incredible supporter and a kind friend to me. And, I've always had such a joy talking to you. And I'm grateful for the opportunity of sharing House of M journey with the world. And so thank you so much for being such an incredible friend to me.
Oh, thank you. Well, on behalf of Asian Pacific Voices Radio, too, I mean, we congratulate you. It's incredible to see your journey and how you continue to soar and how you're impacting the beauty market. And it's wonderful to see our own creators from the AAPI community, right, representing in all these industries. And I have to add, Anne, I love how intentional you are with everything, with what you do, what you create, how you live your life personally and professionally. It truly is an inspiration. So thank you so much. Again, CEO of House of M Beauty. Where can people find you? And if they want to order products or learn more about you?
Yes, so if you want to order products, please support us on Nordstrom.com. You can search House of M and our brand should pop up. For social media, our handle on Instagram is House of M Beauty, and mine is Nguyen Oliver. So you can always feel free to send me a DM, and yeah, we will connect that way.
Oh, thank you. Well, such a pleasure again, Anne. Thank you for joining us on Asian Pacific Voices Radio. And to everyone who's listening, also, we would love to hear from you. So if you have a suggestion for a topic or a question you'd like to address, let us know. And do not forget to subscribe to our program on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, X, on Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel, where we have tons of selections for you to view. Asian Pacific Voices Radio is produced by Asian Culture and Media Alliance. We're a nonprofit that empowers the Asian Pacific American community with a voice through media arts. If you'd like to support or contribute to us, please do visit us at AsianPacificVoicesRadio.com. Once again, I'm your host, Rasha Goel. It has been such a pleasure speaking with Anne today. Please join us for another exciting conversation next week. And until then, have a wonderful week.